We're going to talk a little bit about desserts today. I don't really want to go over the recipes to the T, but really what I just wanted to re-emphasize for everybody live and watching the replay is that I used to be one of those, I was never a bodybuilder or anything, but I used to be one of those bros. And I think we all go through this phase in our life where we think that you need chicken breast and broccoli in order to get lean because that's what the bodybuilders do. Or you need to eat tilapia and asparagus in order to lose weight. Or you need to eat plain Greek yogurt, plain cottage cheese. Or you need to eat egg whites, or you need to eat plain ground turkey and just the most lean foods. You don't necessarily have to eat the leanest foods. You just have to show restraint and stay on your caloric deficit or whatever your calorie level is. But that's why I want to talk about desserts tonight, real quick, is because if you have some type of dessert every single night that is high protein and nutrient dense, then it makes your life so much better, but it just makes this whole journey so much easier too. Because if you have 3 meals a day and your first meal of the day is your best one, your most tasty one, then that's wrong for many reasons, multiple reasons. First off, your first meal of the day, your taste buds are the most sensitive. So it makes more sense to have your most plain meal as your first meal of the day because you just went without food for 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, however long you slept and however long you didn't eat. So if your first meal of the day is a little bit more bland, then you're still going to get a lot of enjoyment from it. Now, let's say your first meal of the day is your absolute favorite meal. Damn, that sucks. Because then you got your meal number two, meal number three that are just kind of like blah, and you're like, oh, I don't want to eat that. And then that's going to lead you to mess up. Because then you're going to eat your meal number two, meal number three, and you're going to be like, oh, I want something else. And then you're going to eat something that you know is going to put you over your calories. But imagine you have a dessert, a high protein dessert that you can then look forward to. I mean, literally, when you eat it and you're done with it, you're like, oh my God, I can't wait for the 24 hours from now that I can eat this again. Then you're looking forward to it. And it's also easier to, let's say, maybe get a leaner meal out of the way. So that's why I'm a big fan of having a high protein dessert every single night. For me personally, it's always been some type of cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, um, mixed with something. I used to have ice cream in my creamy. If you don't know what a creamy is, it's over there, but it's a Ninja ice cream maker. The reason I don't use it anymore is because does anybody have a creamy in here? Does anybody have one? Ninja creamy? No, no, nobody has one. Nobody has a Ninja creamy. Anyway, Ninja creamy is an ice cream maker. You can make high protein ice cream. I got mine, and in the warranty period, it almost caught fire. And then I had to like call the number, and I had to like video call them and show them like, see, it really caught fire. And then they sent me a new one, and then it was out of the warranty, and now it's basically telling me that it wants a divorce from me like every single time I turn it on. So I'm looking at it right now. It's looking straight at me, and it's yeah. I don't know what to do with it. It just looks cool in my kitchen right now. But it's like 200, $300. So before you buy one, consult me. Because I would rather have you get a Vitamix first. Anyway, don't want to get too off topic. It's very important that you have a high protein dessert. Now, of course, you don't have to do this. You can do whatever you want to do. You can eat chicken breast and broccoli. You can eat plain Greek yogurt with chia seeds in it. Some people love eating just straight eggs and oatmeal, you know? That's fine. That's fine. It's totally fine. If you can, if that, if you're kind of like more of the masochistic type, you're like the David Goggins, where you just feel like, no, no, I don't want pleasure. That's up to you. To me personally, I feel like, shoot, every bite that you eat of calories should be amazing. Be like, oh God, it's so good. I can't believe I got to eat this every single day, and I'm staying lean. So, what I've been doing lately, high protein apple pie. Everybody in this group, you have the recipe. If you don't have the recipe yet, it's in the WhatsApp group. Um, it's so simple. I'll go over it in a little bit. Another one is homemade protein bars, which is even more simple. You can get those done in like 20 minutes. And then another one is chocolate cookies that are made with bananas. So it's all really simple. I'll put like I said, I don't really want to go over the recipes on this call because I can just send those to you. And if you're watching the replay and you don't have these, message me and I'll send them to you. But what I'm about to do, I'm going to post them on our private WhatsApp group. I'll post all the recipes of what I'm talking about. I'll post the recipe again of the high protein apple pie. I'll post the recipe again, or I'll post the recipe of the homemade protein bars. And then I'll post the recipe of the homemade chocolate cookies. And then I'll just leave it with three. And then if you have others that you have on your own, then post them as well. But yeah, that's really my main message for today is that you got to enjoy your food, and that's what you got to do. You got to look forward to every single meal. So how do you make a food great? You make it high protein. Boom. So high protein, nutrient dense, and technically you can eat it whenever you want. So I know that message today's message is kind of short, but has anybody been making high protein or homemade protein bars? I know you have, but has anybody been making them? Well, let me ask you this. What do you guys usually have as your last meal? No, nothing.
I can share.
Yeah, what do you have?
Um, I usually have either I choose between yogurt or cottage cheese, and I just sweeten it up. So kind of like a dessert. So I'll do either a strawberry or vanilla protein powder, and I just mix it up, and then I'll just add cherries or whatever fruit, some type of berry with some holy basil seeds, and call it a day. Pretty simple,
Yep.
but it's
Yep.
yummy.
Yeah, I know those cherries from Costco, and then you mix some yogurt with some cottage cheese, and you have holy basil seeds. I mean, that's high fiber, high protein, and you know, 400-ish calories with 30, 40 grams of protein. That's great. That's awesome. That's a really good one. Um, yeah, like I said, in the WhatsApp group, I'll share all the recipes. And does anybody else have anything for their last meal? Like Jackie, what do you usually have for your last meal? I know you're at work right now, but
Um, Honestly, I don't get hungry, so I drink my protein shakes
at night?
like at 7.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I know you didn't log your food last week, but you were on like pretty low calories, right?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I don't get hungry because I have to work all day, so I just whatever I can grab. I
Yeah.
do my protein. I eat my eggs in the morning, breakfast and lunch. I have that covered. At night, I'm drinking water and I'm not hungry.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna touch on that in a little bit about not being hungry.
Okay.
Um, Viridiana, do you mind sharing like how many calories you're at? If you're there. Yeah.
Um, I think I'm about like 2000.
2000-ish.
Yeah.
And you work out 4 days lift weight 3 days, 4 days a week?
Yeah. 4 days right now, and I'm doing the sprints about twice a week.
Twice a week, yeah. And you're at
Mhm.
140-ish pounds, 135 pounds, right?
Right now, you know what? I think when I started with you, I was about 135, and now I'm about 125. Like I lost
125.
10 pounds already.
Okay.
Yes. And
Disappearing.
I'm
All
like,
right.
yeah. So I'm like, I want to gain more weight.
All right. The reason I bring this up, the reason I ask is because it's a good example. Letitia, Janelle, yeah. So the reason I bring this up is for Jackie also, but also just for everybody, just to kind of set the example. If you're not hungry, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Hunger is a product of your habits. And if you have the habit of simply not getting a lot of activity in and also not eating enough, then your body will adjust to that energy level. But if you start putting more stress and demands on your body physically, then obviously your body will need more nutrients. Now, there are some people who will try to work out on low calories, but it never ends well because then your cortisol goes up way too high and you will not lose weight and you will end up skinny fat. So what you need to do as a woman working out, usually your maintenance is 2,000 calories. And that's very hard for many women to wrap their head around. For men, it is usually 2,500, depending on your weight and height. But for women, it's 2,000. So if, as a woman, if you're working out heavy weights, you're lifting heavy weights, and you're maybe doing some cardio on the outside, you're hitting 10,000 steps every single day, then if you're on 1,700 calories, I mean, that's about as low as you want to go, maybe 1,600. Now, do you ever see fitness models that get on 1,200, 1,300? Yeah, but it's also one of the unhealthiest sports there is. They're on massive hormone support and injections for the most part. So not all of them, but if you have to be careful with forcing the fat off or starving yourself. You want to make sure you coax the fat off. Coaxing the fat off is feeding yourself enough, 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 and then cutting a little bit. So your body starts losing fat a little bit. And it's a slow process, but you got to feed yourself enough nutrients. So if you're not hungry, then make yourself hungry by eating more. See, like when I very first, I was eating, there was a time in my life when I was eating like 4,000 calories a day. I just kind of like stopped tracking. And then all of a sudden I was like, damn, I'm eating a lot. And I started tracking and I was like, damn, I'm at 4,200 calories a day. So then I cut to 3,500 and yeah, I was hungry because I went from 4,200 to 3,500. But I've also had it where I was on 2,200 for a while and then I wasn't hungry at all because I was used to it. So your body gets used to that. Hunger is a liar. It's not really a good gauge. What's a gauge is how you feel and your body fat percentage, and then your weight if weight loss is a goal. So for everybody here, like just naming it off, here, Janelle should probably be at around 16, 17, 1,800 calories. Shayna, 1,800-ish, 1,900-ish. Nicole also 1,700, 1,800. Letitia, 16, 1,700. Jackie also 16, 17, 1,800, 1,700. Viridiana, you're already at 2,000, so it's a little bit different. Darla, 1,700-ish. PT a little bit less because of course right now you're not working out. And then John, you're a guy. So like around 2,200, 2,100. But like for me personally, I'm at 2,700 every single day and I'm on a deficit. So it's you got to eat more. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't make that mistake because otherwise you're just ruining your cortisol or you're having your cortisol constantly elevated, and that's not a good thing either. So anyway, just wanted to point that out.
I
Um,
have, I have a question.
yeah.
So in the mornings, after I work out, I do get really hungry. Sometimes I have a banana or not, depending on how late I'm running. But in any case, I'm still hungry even after I do my spinach feta wrap or my arugula whatever wrap. And then I'll add a protein shake, but it's just water and protein, and it doesn't feel very filling. So that wrap is about 250 to 275, um, depending on what I add. Should I be adding milk to the protein? Like, do I add more? Because I'm starting to notice that it's not enough, and I'm hungry by 10 a.m. And then I don't have lunch until 12:15. By then I'm starving and I'm hungry.
Yeah, so the water and the protein shake, yeah, you definitely add milk. I mean, that's like an extra 100 calories. And then add some, fiber, chia seeds, even just flaxseed or holy basil seed. Um, and how many calories are you roughly at? Because that's where it all comes down to.
Not really measuring everything right now, but I'm like at depending what I eat. So I try to have my meals to be at least 500 each, which is, not enough clearly after you just said I should be at 18. But I do get close to like 1500.
Yeah, so I would track everything and track how much fiber you're getting in. Everybody should be getting 30 grams of fiber in. 30 grams. And 30 grams of fiber. And if you're hungry still, then obviously you want to track your calories and your protein, but also fiber, and then by default enough fats. But if you track it for a week straight, that will give you clarity in the app. And then also I can check it out and I can give you feedback on that. But if you have hunger, protein is always the answer. So higher protein and protein shakes and just water, it's never, I don't know, it's just never really gonna fill you up. So I know a lot of you are kind of skeptical. You're like, oh, I don't want to gain weight. I don't want to eat too much. But if you increase your activity and you hit the 10,000 steps a day, just by doing that alone, you're already burning minimum 200 calories a day extra. So what would you rather have? Eat, let's say, 1,400 calories and not get any steps in versus getting 10,000 steps in, and now you're getting 1,600 calories in. You get to get more nutrients in, more vitamins, more magnesium, more selenium, more all that, and you're getting more exercise in. That's how it works. But starvation diets, they give you quick wins, but then you get stuck. So, yeah. Hope that kind of makes sense. Does anybody have any questions on anything? I'm going to post the recipes in a little bit. What I want you guys to do is really just play around. I want you guys to really enjoy your food. Like Inger said in the WhatsApp group, the way you look at food, if when that changes, everything changes. It's not about starvation. It's about really enjoying every single bite. And with that said, you still have to show restraint. That's just what it is. It's just like your money. You can't just spend it all. So that's the truth that nobody really wants to hear. See, and that's also a double-edged sword. Like for me, for instance, right? I got to market my program. What I used to do when I had back, 2014 and all that, 2000 before that, I was like, yeah, no, just come work out and you're gonna lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks and it's gonna be great. And oh, it's not gonna be that hard, no. And then all I did was attract a bunch of, with all due respect, riffraff. Nobody really wants to hear the truth, especially when it comes to losing weight. But you guys are all serious about it. You guys know what it takes. So you got to be intelligent about it, fuel yourself properly. So you want to fuel yourself to perform in the workouts. When that happens and your workouts are good and you're eating the right foods and you're still in a deficit, then your success is inevitable. Does anybody else have any questions? So some of you guys unmute yourself, but then you muted yourself.
Hey, Michael, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
With the holy basil seeds, when you mix that in with stuff, can you taste that? Because I know for me, I don't like pulp in my orange juice. So when I'm drinking something or mixing stuff in, like some of the textures and stuff just don't taste right. So I was just wondering, is that one of those things, or is it just something you won't really notice at first?
It's funny you say that. So if you put it in yogurt, um, as long as you don't chew them in half, you're fine. But if you chew them in half, ooh, yeah, no. So what I like to do, I'd like to put them in my yogurt. If you have the time, put them in your yogurt like a couple hours before, let the holy basil seeds expand, and then they're a lot less seedy. Let's put it that way. But if you were to, let's say, like chew on one, then yeah, you could taste it a little bit. However, with that said, it rarely happens. When you put holy basil seeds, and Janelle probably agrees, like if you put holy basil seeds in yogurt, that yogurt is so much more filling and you sleep so much better as well. Because it's an adaptogen. Holy basil seeds, they calm you down. And it's fiber too. So it's a triple-edged sword. So I would highly recommend
Okay.
it. Yeah, I recommend everybody try it. Have you tried it before?
I bought some. I just haven't opened it up because a couple of the recipes I was looking at, it looked like it does absorb whatever it's in. And I was just like, I was thinking about putting it in my protein drinks in the morning when I get finished at the gym, is I try to make sure I drink at least one of those, and that's about
Yeah.
12 ounces of liquid. So I'm
I
like,
would, yeah,
I don't like Coke in mine.
that's a good call. I would eat it at night.
Okay, so at night is better.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but because it's an adaptogen that calms you down, I would just err on the side of taking it at night. Also, in the morning, I like to take chia seeds because that doesn't have, it's kind of the same thing. It just doesn't have the effect that it calms you down. I wouldn't want to take something that really calms me down in the morning, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just at night with your yogurt, try it out. Doesn't have to be a lot. And just a quick heads up, if you order it on Amazon, there's basil seeds, but then there's holy basil seeds. You got to get the holy basil seeds. Little
The
nuance.
one that I ordered was the one that you suggested off of Amazon.
Yeah,
So I got that one.
yeah, Carrington Farms, light blue. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, cool, cool. Yeah. Goji berries, egg yolks, holy basil seeds, tart cherry juice, all that stuff raises your melatonin naturally. And then you sleep so good. And then Preeti asked, I watched your protein video that you sent today and mentioned some high protein recipes. Can you please send them to me? I have a difficult time getting to 100 grams of protein a day. Also, if you can please send contact of Herbalist. Yes. So Preeti was asking for everybody. Thank you for watching my reel. In today's reel, I said if you want my 15 high protein recipes, let me know. So those recipes, they're all in the app, but I'll post them in the WhatsApp group. And then also, a lot of people are asking me about my herbalist. It's not my herbalist, but he's in Monrovia in California. Monrovia, yeah, he's in Monrovia. Um, and I'll send you his phone number. You got to make an appointment. It's only Thursday or Saturday, and he's kind of a weirdo. But if you're really up for it, then he will really help you. Very holistic. I think yeah, I've spoken about him enough. If you only knew. Um, yeah. Anybody else have any questions or anything they need help with? Is anybody Black Friday shopping already or no? No? Is that no? Good. All right. Good. Is that doesn't exist anymore, right? Like camping out at Best Buy? No, it doesn't happen anymore, right? No. All right. I'm gonna send you guys the recipes on the WhatsApp group. And then for next week, I have something special planned. What I want to do is a full training, and it's going to be like 45 minutes. And I want to do it at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Yes, 4 p.m. Pacific. So, yeah. It's going to be the 3 ways to kill your 3 p.m. afternoon energy crashes, and also the 3-step system to eradicate your 3 a.m. wake ups. Now, I've talked a little bit about this here and there, but it's going to be a full-on training on how to sleep through the night and also how to have energy throughout for the whole entire day. I was going to split it in two, but they're really so connected that I wanted to do it in one shot. Now, I am going to be promoting this. It's going to be $27. You guys don't have to pay that, obviously. So I'll just send you guys the link. But for everybody else, they got to pay. And the reason I'm charging 27 is because I don't want a bunch of, if you pay, you pay attention. Um, so that's going to be next week. I'll send you guys the information on that. And I'll go on WhatsApp right now and I'll post those recipes. I really appreciate you guys being active on WhatsApp as well. And yeah, if you guys need anything, let me know. Just reach out. Hope you guys have an awesome night. All right. Have a good night. See you guys there. Bye-bye.